If you study the Bible, especially the Gospels, you find that Jesus was a person who made some pretty strong statements. One of them that oftentimes leaves us, well, if we're a Christian, we've heard it before, but for someone who's never heard this before, it must have seemed very strange. I'm going to quote to you from the 6th chapter of John. Jesus said, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never hunger, and whoever believes in me will never thirst." Now, what in heaven's name does that mean? If I were to come and say, "Oh yes, Jesus, I believe in you, and I come to you and I give you my life," does that mean I don't have to worry about being hungry and going out and working hard to get food for my meals? And what about drink? Oh my gosh, we need drink, or else we would die without water for 3 days. We'd be dead. What's that all about? I think there's something very profound that Jesus is saying, aside from the fact of I'm going to have to continue to work to make sure I can get food for my table and drink for my body. And it's this, that once we accept this reality of Jesus' love for us, we embrace the fact of God's love for us, and that solves the problem of one of the greatest hungers and thirsts that we have, of knowing that we are loved. And we experience God's love for us in a real way, and there's a peace. That doesn't mean we don't have problems. That doesn't mean there's difficulties in marriages and work and dreams. But there's a foundation of a love that Jesus gives us that allows us to be able to relax and no longer hunger. Along with this comes a solving of the problem, a letting go of the hunger that we feel for freedom, for forgiveness, and for peace. By accepting Jesus, all of these things become our food, become our drink, and we're satisfied with the love of God and the forgiveness and the peace and the joy that comes from that promise that if we do follow Christ, we will no longer be hungry, we will no longer thirst.